Okay, so for everybody wondering about chicken water in the winter below freezing, I'm going to give a brief rundown of my adventures here around the Great Lakes. In short, here's what I settled on. We got the water that opens from the top, and then a separate heating base down here. Turns out to kind of be the simplest I found and for the heating base, important part is just the plug connector on there. Keeps the weather out, keeps the cord together. And I'm in trouble for not having brought in treats yet. So for the backstory of adventures, I, like many people, started with the water cup spring-loaded on here, just attached to a generic 5-gallon bucket. That worked great through the spring and the summer. And I also, for these guys over here between Orpington, Plymouth Barred Rock, and Rhode Island Red, it is the bossy one, also started out with chicks on the nipples that most people are familiar with. These ones don't leak. And then but when winter came, freezing temps, the cup started to freeze, as everybody noted. Even with a tank heater in there, which I'll come over to. So generic tank heater, stock tank heater, toss that in the bucket with the cups. The water in the bucket stayed just fine, but the cups froze. So tried the nipples with them, all down through -30 with wind chill. Stayed totally flowing, no freeze up issues. But even though and you can see Red is still going for it. She's a little bit better. Not all of them. The Orpingtons didn't seem to take to the nipples as well. I was worried that they weren't drinking enough. So I wanted to switch to an open water like the cups for them, which led me to this guy, which I think many people have seen. And this worked great. It was just a pain in the butt, I felt, to fill. I'm not saying anything's right or wrong. Everybody does what works for them. For me, I was just annoyed or lazy to deal with it. So this guy works on vacuum, similar to the other one. But to fill this, you either need to wait until the top is totally empty to twist and unlock, latch, pull it off, or flip the whole thing over, and you can fill it through that plug there. But I didn't want to fill the run-up with water and ice and all of that, and I found it to be a pain in the butt. It's still just plugged directly in. The heating coil is down in here, built in, and it kept the water free fine, ice free just fine. I just found it a pain to fill, which led me over to this guy, which I found up in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, at Mars Eat Oats, which is a great local company. If you're in the area, I highly suggest everything that they have is vetted and working. Here, you guys gonna be happier? There we go. A little quiet for now. And so the trick with this guy that makes it not a pain in the butt to fill is this little cap here that's just on its holder. This is solid plastic, there's nothing there. But you go down and cover it up on the port that lets the water out. That's going to hold the water in and allow you to break the vacuum up here on the top. I can do it one-handed. This way, when you open it, the water doesn't come gushing out down to the water level. So you can fill it up, 5-gallon bucket, large watering can, put your lid back on. Here, I'll demonstrate. If you don't have this, where people have tried to just drill a hole in the top to fill it easier, you break the vacuum and the water is going to rush to equalize the same level. So if I pull this cap off, it just starts overfilling. You get the cap on, stops overflowing. You can fill it up fine. Put the lid back on. You got the vacuum going again. You take this off. I just splashed a little out, but now it's not overfilling again. You store your cap on this little holder spot, and you're good to go. I'll put the links in the description below on Amazon. They are affiliate links, so any little bit helps. And side note, If you guys haven't read up or heard, I uninstalled Honey from my browser. Honey is owned by PayPal, and whether or not you get coupons from it, it steals the affiliate links. So none of your content creators get any profit or kickback, however you want to phrase it. So anyway, hope it's helpful. Enjoy.